formally welcome you all to this special session as a part of our 100 webinar series of Government of Gujarat, Student Startup and Innovation Policy and iHub. At this outset, I would like to welcome all of the distinguished panelists who have joined today to discuss on a topic which is very close to our heart because we want to create decentralized ecosystem. So, मैं आज जितने panelists हैं उन सबको on behalf of Department of Education and Gujarat Student Innovation Hub, I would like to welcome you all. I would like to welcome Sri Harshit Bhosari sir, an Indian Administrative Service Officer and presently at Baroda, the Regional Municipal Commissioner. Sir, it is indeed to meet you. I would like to welcome Maulik Bansali ji, our dear friend, mentor of the ecosystem in ICT startup space, chairperson of GASIA, Gujarat Electronics and Software Industry Association. Welcome you, sir, for joining for this special webinar session.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I would like to welcome Professor Javeri, Professor Nikhil Javeri, the Vice Chancellor of GSFS University at Baroda, who is setting up a dedicated incubation and innovation platform at the university. Welcome you, Professor, for joining today's session. And I would like to welcome Nilesh Bhai, who has been a champion in bringing industry academia together to foster innovation and entrepreneurship. We will have two other academicians will be joining shortly. And at this outset, I must say that it was Mr. Nagarajan, Commissioner of Higher Education, who made this session possible. He ensured that all of you could join today. Sir will be shortly joining to share his view also. So, ये जो हम लोग कोशिश कर रहे हैं innovation ecosystem बनाने के लिए, we think that this ecosystem activity must go beyond metro cities and urban locations. And out of all the 3,000 innovators and startups we have funded, around 60% of the teams belongs to Tier 2, Tier 3 locations. So that was the reason the state government is now exploring how do we create innovation and startup ecosystem in other places. So in that context, today we want to discover all of you who are very closely associated with Baroda and the nearby region. So we would like to learn from your experiences, your thoughts, and then after each of you share your thoughts, we will take the questions. We have got more than 100 questions from different participants, from innovators, entrepreneurs, incubators, evangelists, and academicians. So that's the way we like to move forward for the session. So to start the session, I would now like to request Harshit sir. He is a very young, dynamic officer. He has done commendable job as a field officer by now. And Nagarajan sir rightly mentioned that he is one of the resource that probably the ecosystem will bank up and in days to come in getting the Gujarat Student Startup Innovation Movement forward. So I would like to welcome you, sir, for this session, and I will request you to share your thoughts.
Thank you, Hiranmay. First of all, thank you for inviting me to this webinar. When you called me the other day that, sir, I am inviting you for this webinar and you have to speak on this student innovation and startup ecosystem policy, I was very surprised because I couldn't misthink of what I will say in this webinar. But a few years back, I was watching a movie named Social Network. You know that movie? Social Network. That movie is about how Mark Zuckerberg invented or developed Facebook website. So in that movie, there's dialogue by President of Harvard University where he says that Harvard undergraduate believes that inventing a job is better than finding new one. So I think in our universities, in our educational institutes, we should have this kind of culture. See, where students are encouraged to express their ideas, that should be our motive. In our educational institutes, in our schools and colleges, we should encourage this kind of environment so that we should not discourage students who ask the questions or who put forth some ideas that what are stupid ideas this is, or they laugh at your ideas. Means this should not be, there should not be this kind of discouraging thoughts. So I think creating an environment where students are encouraged to express their ideas is the first step in building innovation and startup ecosystem. Knowledge and pursuit of knowledge, in my opinion, are the basic human rights. And if you are not allowing our students to express their thoughts or put forth their ideas, we are actually means strangling or violating their basic human rights. So all of us are coming from such a traditional education system, means it has not evolved for years, in my opinion, that it gives more emphasis on being or becoming a pedant. Pedant, I mean to say, means like a padaku kind of, means not going beyond the textbooks. So so in this system, there is very little room to run with our imagination. So in my opinion, creating an ecosystem or environment, this should be the first thing we should start with. And not just that, in my opinion, just creating an environment or ecosystem is not sufficient. uh, we should also develop a support system so that these ideas coming through the students, they should proliferate, should propagate. So this kind of support system should also be there, and educational institutes and sound administrative policy can definitely means work in that way. And apart from that, in my opinion, see, providing like a good marketing platform, that it is the responsibility of administrative setup. This administrative setup should make such a sound policy that good whatever ideas or innovations they are coming through, they should get they should be provided with good markets or marketing linkages. So I think this three-pronged strategy we should work upon, like I said, creating the environment, developing a support system, and last but not the least, providing them the marketing platform. So in in this webinar, I know means all of the dignitaries are very experienced, more experienced and more knowledgeable than I am. But I am sure that their valuable inputs will definitely help to create us to create or shape this building innovation and startup ecosystem policy. So once again, I would like to thank all of you for inviting me, and all the best.
Thank you, Harshit. You rightly mentioned three macro indicators, like how do we build culture, how do we create support system, and then take things forward. I think that's the crux of the game that you rightly mentioned, and you are an absolute expert in that sense, as you talked upon, and right, you mentioned how the social network thing happened. I think in our universities also, even universities in Baroda, universities in nearby, there are teams who are doing wonderful job. In fact, I was amazed to know that day the inventor of the USB drive was an alumni of MS University Baroda, Mr. Ajay Bhatt. That the path-breaking innovation in which we transfer data. So lot of these innovators have really come from our local universities and colleges, and they have done amazing job. Only thing is sometimes the culture of celebrating success is little missing, and that hunger of scouting such kind of talents early and supporting, and that's exactly the role of the innovation and startup hub. First of all, how to scout and spot talents and innovators. Second, to support them to take them to next stage, and once they succeed, how to take them to a global scale, so that they don't keep on remaining in a local enterprise level, but they can grow up to become a big, large company. So I think those are certain things that we are taking care of, and we have been closely working with municipal bodies and others to engage the innovators and entrepreneurs to closely work with municipalities and urban bodies also, so that governance, industry, and entrepreneurs can have an intersection, and this triple helix can really take them to next step. So thank you, sir, for sharing your thoughts, and thank you for joining today, for inspiring us. I was told
Thank you
that
so much.
you need to go for another meeting or something, but then your presence was really motivating for us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I would now like to move on to Professor Javeri. Javeri साहब, आप एकेडमिक्स में हैं, यूनिवर्सिटी में इनोवेशन स्टार्टअप सेंटर्स में काफी कुछ कर रहे हैं. क्या परिकल्पना है फॉर जीएसएफएस यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए, और फिर एक बड़ा इकोसिस्टम रीजनल लेवल पे, स्टेट लेवल पे बनाने के लिए कैसी कोशिश होनी चाहिए, क्या-क्या चीजें कर रहे हैं, और रोड मैप क्या होना चाहिए?
So at GSFC university level, we have, very ambitious ideas about helping the students to take up startup as a career in itself. And for that, we have a very strong Incubation and Innovation Center. We call it GITA, GSFC University Innovation and Incubation Research and Applied Technology Center. And in that, we are having the plans. We have earmarked seed money to support the students' projects. Then we are giving them a lot of workshops so that they can prepare themselves to take up the startup challenges, to understand the startup mechanism. That is very important because students have a feeling that once they are with good idea and good product, so they are through with that. But it is not like that. It's a very, very long journey, very challenging journey. So we need to understand their mindset and remove certain myths related to the startup activity which they are having in their minds. GSFC University, we are now going ahead with supporting the projects with funding. And a lot of students have ideas, but then they back out because of the paucity of funds. But then we say that handholding just does not end as a non-financial measure, but also a financial measure. And so we are earmarking some funds also for them so that they can carry on their activities. However, my experience in academics for more than 30 years say that students need something more. It's not about just an ecosystem, or it's not about just a support, or it's not about just an education, training, workshop. But I personally feel there are 3-4 things which are very important, even before a student is getting or jumping into the new arena. One is confidence. Many students and brilliant students have ideas. They have, a great objective and goal of life to do something new, but then they fail because of lack of confidence. I think we, the universities and the ecosystem as a whole, need to work upon the enhancing the level of confidence among the students. Now that can be enhanced through various case studies. Then various I would say, sorry, various case studies, various role models, visits of entrepreneurs on the campus, particularly those who are the startup entrepreneurs and those who are basically not, they are the first generation entrepreneurs. I think they would be able to motivate them. They would be able to enhance their level of confidence in a great way. So the first element which I would feel that the level of confidence among the student is very, very important. Second is, again, equally important is their mental strength. Mental strength about perceiving the challenges, withstanding those challenges, rather a sort of simulation, if it can be worked out, or meeting up with the challenges, then probably they will be prepared. Because ultimately the future is going to be very challenging. It's not that once you are into it and you are making money. No, there are challenges on different fronts, and those challenges need to be exposed. And if the students can get a feel of those challenges, probably their mental strength would enhance. So confidence, second is the mental strength. Because many good students and bright students, if they don't have those mental strength, then they will fail and they will stop at some stage. Third is, along with that, is their enhancing their managerial competence. So because students are from technology, or they may be from non-management background, those students lack that managerial competence, and because of that managerial competence, they develop lack of confidence. So they need to be also exposed to the kind of managerial web that they will be into it, and how they can really manage. Apart from the other skills and training, this is very important. And the fourth one is familial orientation. When I say familial, means parents and the other family members. Many times in my journey as a teacher, I have seen that students are very enthusiastic. Their level of confidence is also very high, but they are constantly discouraged by the parents. And they don't see startup as a career, but then they see startup as something which is going to create a problem in their life. So I think we need to equally orient the parents who are really associated with the student groups, and we need to have special and focused workshops or training programs for those parents, so that after going back from the campus, they are with the parents. And if parents also can, instill in a sort of confidence, a sort of hope, the students' motivation will be doubled. I call this is launching pad. If our launching pad is strong, probably other things will be easier to follow at the same time to observe. So this is what I want to convey at this point of time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insights. I would now like to welcome Maulik sir for his insight, who is the CMD and chairman of GACIA IT Association, for your inputs into how the ICT industry and the startups in the ICT industry, and how do you see the ecosystem in Baroda?
Sure. Thank you. Good afternoon for having me on this wonderful session. Congratulations to iHub and SSIP for organizing this and sharing this session with several dignitaries here. This is a very interesting subject that we're talking about. Essentially, what we are doing, we are creating problem solvers. Okay. And as Professor Zaveri also mentioned, I think there are several things which goes into creating a problem solvers, and not just technology understanding or know-how alone. And to talk specifically about our industry, where I'm coming from, as GACIA chairperson and also as NASSCOM's SME Council member, we have observed that even the recruiting pattern of the IT industries in general has changed, right? Which means that more than doing conventional interviews, we are looking at recruiting talent and people through initiatives like hackathons, right? So what it means, essentially, our recruitment is also changing, and we are fast changing from our conventional way of interviewing and also going through newer way of identifying the talent and recruiting them. So it's not just about how many marks you have secured in any specific subject. It's not about how many credits that you have gained. Of course, that's really very important for any student and to be successful, and I'm not undermining that, so do not get me wrong there. But however, what we're looking essentially is problem solver, right? So if you are creating a problem solver, then you are creating a person or a personality who possibly can take an entrepreneurial route, right? And if they are not successful, just in case if they are not, then we are still getting someone who has understood really how to solve a problem, someone who understands how to be resilient, right? And someone who understands how to really identify not just the problems, but come around and try to solve something, which is so very important. And that's what industry is looking at large. So which means that even if you create really entrepreneurs or to be entrepreneurs, and if just in case, and I think it's a great thing to get started at the early stage when you want to take an entrepreneurial journey. And that's for all the students and the parents that I would like to really convey. It's like what we call as fail fast and forward, which means if you are failing, that's okay. You still have opportunities to fall back on to get a great job, because like I said, even the IT industries or industries at large are looking at problem solvers. So here we have someone who has tried, who has failed, and therefore we know he or she is more resilient and has that inner capability of striking back or solving a problem. And that hunger in belly is what is more important, right? And that's what essentially we all should really create as academia, as industries, we should support. And I mean, and I know my colleagues in the industry are also looking for that. When I talk to different colleagues in different industries, I get that kind of understanding from them as well, that what they're looking for. So essentially, when we talk about creating a startup ecosystem, believe me, we are also talking about creating problem solvers. And I think that is what we need at large. Now, whether they take an entrepreneurial journey or whether they are entrepreneurial within an organization and yet doing innovative work or solving problems, that is all what we need. And I think, and therefore, the parents especially and the students must understand that even if they are, just in case if they are not really successful in their entrepreneurial journey, they still have amazing amount of opportunities around, because what we look is a problem solver. What we are doing for that. So we have been actually, as Harshit ji mentioned earlier, it's important to kind of create an ecosystem, right? And I think creating an ecosystem means getting all the right people on a platform, on a common platform, to be able to really define, deliberate, and create a framework whereby people can contribute, people can take advantage of, people can come and mentor, investors can come and see and look, even parents can be part of it to see what their kids are doing, or the students are doing. And academia, very important to be part of that, because that's the real I would say nurturing where it happens, right? And believe me, we are not just looking at students alone here. It is important for us to also see that the faculties and the teachers are equally involved, right? And for them also to understand how do we nurture overall problem solving, overall methods, how do we take it, for example, design thinking, how do we walk them through solving a problem, how do you even create that kind of understanding, that how you can be a design thinker and how you can make a difference in terms of identifying a problem to take it to a solution. And there are methods of doing that. So how do we do that? And I think coming together is a great idea. An ecosystem to be developed is absolutely necessary. So we at Gezia are working very hard on that. We have been working very closely with startup ecosystems, with academia. We have also what we call as startup help desk, where we kind of all the industry entrepreneurs or the industry leaders would actually come and mentor the young startup entrepreneurs or aspiring ones. If they have any ideas, if they have any thoughts, if they're looking at any specific ideas, for example, seeking industry mentorship or bootstrapping at times. It's not always finding the investors, right? It's also about bootstrapping. So how do you kind of handhold to another startup, or possibly how you can co-create? So for example, me as a company or a business, I will be very happy to kind of handhold and work along. And I would not just say handhold, but actually partner along with the startup, because then I am also gaining. And at times industry is not able to make these quick decisions, agile ways of working, which a startup is able to do. So it's a win-win situation for an industry, for an organization to work along with the startup. So it is also important to have an ecosystem where industry is also involved to be able to co-create. And co-creation is necessary because you are not just kind of imparting the technology understanding or the business understanding, but you are also taking them to the market. And I think Harshit ji also mentioned about marketing. So it allows that startup or that entrepreneur to kind of be visible, make his product or service more visible to the outside world, and that can be better be done by partnering along with someone who has been there and has done that. And several times, it is also equally important for us to identify that who is the startup entrepreneur that we are talking. Several times, we only look at the ideas, but it is also equally important to curate that who these people are who are willing to have these ideas and wanting to take it forward. So as we call, are we going to bet on a horse or are you going to bet on a jockey? Several times both. So identifying that is very important, and that's where the industry captains come into play in terms of how do you identify, curate right ideas, mentor people who are having ideas, but they do not understand business economics, as Professor Javeri was also mentioning. And I think that's where we also come in play, whereby bringing the right minds, not just within the state, from nationally, globally, to be able to kind of share their views, share their ideas and thoughts, and even mentor them. So that's what we have taken up at Gezia at large. We have very closely worked with departments of science and technology, even with education department. We have been organizing a startup and technology summit for last 2 years now. And this year also we have a plan. Now we have to see whether are we going to do offline online combination, or we just possibly just do it online. But idea over there is to kind of nurture the startup ecosystem. Last year we had more than 300 startups which were present there, and this is getting bigger every year. And the idea of doing this was that we have several people working, several good initiatives happening, but they are all happening in silos, in different directions and in different ways. Our idea is to create a platform whereby we can bring in all this together, and we can share the resources, we can exchange resources, and we can get the best of the minds to mentor them, right? We also kind of give them the early stage bootstrap understanding, and also give them the ideation workshop to be able to really nurture them further, and to be able to really then go through the process to then actually start working on it. So a couple of times we also did in Baroda, along with MS University, what we call as Start 2020. Now, Startup 2020 is a thing which takes you through the process of ideating and putting together your thought process in 2 days, just in 2 days, to give you a flavor of understanding that how startup world really works for you, right? And that's a great idea, because it gives you a good understanding, or a part of understanding, that what the next is to follow. I mean, what you should be doing to be able to really be an entrepreneur or a startup entrepreneur. And if we do that, such ideation workshops or such, and the reason why we call it 2020 is because it kind of gives you that understanding of a bigger picture in a short period of time and span. And I think that ideation, which can happen at early stage, will be better, because it also gives opportunity to the students to see whether that is really something it is for, whether they want to do that. Several times people understand, hear and say, and they do not know unless and until they go through that. So Startup 2020, such an idea is a great idea, which was jointly done along with NASSCOM, by the way. And we can do it again at Baroda level, to be able to really bring in all the right ecosystem partners, all the academia, and even including the government bodies and municipal corporation, to be able to really partner and share not just problems of the industries, but the problems of citizens, and at large for better governance as well. So that can be done. We also have very important element, which is worth noticing and understanding, that without the user industry, it doesn't mean anything, right? So we need to solve the problems of real core industries. And Nilesh Bhai would agree to that, because he's coming from that background, and with a lot of industry associations that he's connected with. Identifying the right problem of the industries and what we are solving is the most important part, right? So creating that database of right problems that we are solving is also important, and that exactly will also give access them to the market. So what we have tried and what we are doing is also involving the CIO community, right? The CTO community of all the core businesses of not just around Gujarat, but India as well. So we have been tying up with CIO Club. We have been inviting CIOs to kind of understand and share their problems. One of that initiatives which we have started that is called Digital Management Conclave, right? We did that twice in Baroda last couple of years. This year as well, we are planning. We are seeing how this pandemic situation evolves, and accordingly we will plan that. But that's where we wanted to invite CIOs, share their problems and share their challenges, and give these problems and challenges to the startups and to the academia to start working on those. That's where we are working. So that's a great funnel of great way of funneling the right problems and coming up with the answers. And then that's where we will have co-creation, which is between the startups and the industries. Problems shared by the CIOs, problems shared by the industries, and also they will be the users, right? So and at some point of time, one can even monetize on that. So I think creating an asset and intellectual property is the need of the hour. To be able to do that, we can certainly invite the IP experts. We can certainly invite the product development management experts. Several times you're talking about problems which are of core industries like manufacturing industries, where a lot of automation is required. So knowing and understanding of that domain is also important. It's not just IT alone. So therefore, we are focusing on interdisciplinary action over here, right? So involving students who are from mechanical, from electrical, from aeronautics, from space sciences, from medicine, from healthcare. Healthcare is a big need as we talk. We all know digital education is a big need as we talk, right? But knowing and understanding that domains are equally important. So interdisciplinary format is what we need to follow, and we must create that. There are several things that we have, but in primary, in brief, I would say that we must create community of problem solvers. The moment we create community, it energizes the ecosystem on its own, and then it catapults into a whole different trajectory. Creating a community is the most important thing. How do we create this community in Baroda, and Baroda being a hub? how do we create this community then across the state and India? And I think that community has to gain the visibility is what I'm looking at in a big way, and we must all work together to be able to do that. As Gezia, I'll be very happy to support any initiatives that we may all come up, and the framework that we can define can also, of course, all academias are very welcome to join that and work together. And with that, I would only like to say that, in these days, wealth is not just created by perfecting the known things. And when I say wealth, it is about wealth and jobs both. But wealth and jobs are created these days by seizing the unknown, right? And we do not know what that unknown is, right? And therefore, we must create more problem solvers. And I think this process or this discussion that we are going through, in my opinion, therefore, is a great idea because we are actually deliberating on that. Thank you so much, and I'll be open to some questions if there are any later.
Thank you so much, sir. I would now like to invite Nilesh Shukla, sir, President, India SME Forum, Gujarat Chapter, Managing Committee Member, Federation of Gujarat Industries, IPP, Vadodara Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and founder, Unified Growth Foundation. So considering your experience in the industry side, we would like to know your inputs. Like Maulik sir rightly said that it is important to break the silos and the industries and academia needs to work together. So what are your inputs on that?
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सबसे पहले तो मुझे ये बताना है कि हम जो सब्जेक्ट है बिल्डिंग इनोवेशन एंड स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम इन वडोदरा रीजन, पहले जो निखिल भाई ने बताया ना, वो बहुत समझने की जरूरत है कि एग्जैक्टली हमारी अभी की एजुकेशन सिस्टम में स्टूडेंट्स और पेरेंट्स पहले क्या चाहते हैं। मैंने बहुत सारा एनालिसिस किया, बहुत सारे हमने स्टडी किए। तो अगर कोई भी इंस्टीट्यूट में सबसे पहले लड़का बोलेगा कि मुझे जॉब कहाँ मिलता है, और इंस्टीट्यूट भी वही प्रोपोगंडा करती है कि उनको जॉब प्लेसमेंट कहाँ होती है। सेकंड थिंग आता है कि आफ्टर फाइनल ईयर एग्जामिनेशन के बाद उसको आउटसाइड कंट्री पढ़ने कैसे जाना, या तो पीआर और वो किस तरह से मिलता है, एंड हाउ दे कैन क्रिएट देयर कैरियर फॉर अ ब्राइट कैरियर। थर्ड थिंग इन बिटवीन, जो हमारे स्पेशली आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट, इवन इन मैनेजमेंट एंड अदर स्टूडेंट्स, इवन इन आईटी स्टूडेंट्स, कि उनको स्टार्टअप रिलेटेड नए नए प्रोजेक्ट्स, या तो उनकी हम जब बात करते हैं फाइनेंस की रिलेटेड हम बात करें तो थोड़ा बहुत फाइनेंस और वो गवर्नमेंट सपोर्ट और स्कीम में भी मिलने लगा है। बट सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि आज जो सब्जेक्ट है वही सब्जेक्ट के रिलेटेड एक 15 दिन से हम लोग ये ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग कर रहे थे, और लकीली हम गुजरात के जितने भी चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स है, इट स्टार्ट फ्रॉम सदर्न गुजरात चैम्बर, बड़ौदा के अंदर फोरम जो गीता गुरोडिया जिसके अंडर में सभी चैम्बर है, देन गुजरात चैम्बर, गांधीधाम, सौराष्ट्र चैम्बर, झालावाड़ चैम्बर, और रीजनल सेक्रेटरी ऑफ द होल गुजरात जिसके अंडर में सभी 181 जेआईडीसी एंड अदर एसोसिएशन आते हैं। उन सबके साथ यही ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग हुआ, एंड सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि आउट ऑफ दैट the majority industry side people, they are not even aware about in their area कि startup center कहाँ है, incubation center कहाँ है, या तो वो कौन किस तरह से, या तो they have no any interaction between the institute and there। ये एक बहुत सही मैं बता रहा हूँ। इवन तो हमने बताया कि भाई हमें तो काम करना है, जब से हमने सोचा है कि जब जो काम चल रहा है तो उसमें आगे कैसे बढ़ना है। एंड आई एम हैप्पी टू से कि गुजरात चैम्बर के प्रेसिडेंट से लेके एवरीवन से इन वन सेंटेंस कि जो जो एकेडमिक स्टूडेंट्स के रिलेटेड स्टार्टअप में जो भी चाहिए हेल्प, वो हम करने के लिए तैयार है। फिर हमने देखा कि हमें क्या हेल्प चाहिए, तो सबसे बड़ी जो बात अभी हमने की कि इन एनी सेगमेंट, आइदर इन इलेक्ट्रिकल, इन इंजीनियरिंग, इन केमिकल, इन आईटी और कहाँ भी, तो जो भी प्रोजेक्ट या तो जो भी है तो उसमें हमें मेंटरशिप चाहिए। तो हमने यही बताया कि हमारे पास अभी गुजरात के जितने भी स्टार्टअप के प्रोजेक्ट्स है, या तो हमारे पास अभी जितने भी पैटर्न रजिस्टर्ड है जो जो प्रोडक्ट के, उन सब की लिस्ट डिजिटल डायरेक्टरी आप निकालिए। और गुजरात के चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स के प्रेसिडेंट जो होने वाले हैं, उन्होंने बताया, नटू भाई ने, पटेल ने, कि पूरे गुजरात के हर एक एसोसिएशन में हम डिवाइड करेंगे, डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेंगे, और गुजरात चैम्बर इनिशिएटिव लेगा और वहां से एक ऑफिस करके उनके लिए सेपरेट इंडस्ट्रीज इंस्टीट्यूट इंटरेक्टिव सेल तो चल रहा है, मगर एक सेपरेट ऑफिस करके उनका रेगुलर हम लेग वर्क करने के लिए या तो रेगुलर फॉलोअप करने के लिए हम उसके अंदर जो जो रिक्वायरमेंट है इंस्टीट्यूट के साथ, उनसे हम जुड़ेंगे। अगर कोई इंस्टीट्यूट ने बोला हमें मेंटरशिप चाहिए, कौन से एरिया में चाहिए, कौन से सेगमेंट में चाहिए, तो वो हम प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं। बोले आइदर टेक्सटाइल में चाहिए तो टेक्सटाइल वाले आ जाएंगे, एग्रीकल्चर में चाहिए, इवन दैट आल्सो प्रोवाइड बाय द चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स। राजकोट चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स ने बताया कि यहाँ कुछ भी हम कर सकते हैं, कुछ भी हो सकता है, आप जो भी बताओ वो हम कर सकते हैं। इस तरह से इंजीनियरिंग फील्ड है। जैसे कि हमने देखा अभी लेटेस्ट में वो कंट्रोवर्सी चल रही थी, मगर फिर भी हमारे ज्योति वालों ने जो बनाया था अपना जो, अरे मैं क्या बताना चाहता था, यस, तो उसमें उन्होंने बताया कि जो भी आपको चाहिए वो हम प्रोवाइड कर पाएंगे। सिमिलरली उनके उसमें भी सेकंड चीज जो बताया कि जहां जहां जो भी चाहिए उसमें जो पैटर्न रजिस्टर है, या तो स्टार्टअप वाले, स्टार्टअप में प्रोजेक्ट बना दिया, बट देन प्रोजेक्ट को वायबल है कि नहीं, प्रोजेक्ट मार्केटेबल है कि नहीं, प्रोजेक्ट को हम प्रोडक्शन में ले जा सकते हैं कि नहीं, प्रोजेक्ट को हम आगे कैसे बढ़ाएंगे। तो आई एम 100% श्योर कि सिर्फ एकेडमिक इंस्टीट्यूट से ये नहीं हो पाएगा। उनको इंडस्ट्रीज और ट्रेड या तो उनकी एक सिस्टम इस तरह से बनानी पड़ेगी कि जो उनसे जुड़ जाए, जो उनकी जिम्मेदारी ले और वहां ऑटो मोड पे इस तरह से आ जाए। आज सुबह में ही हमने बात किया कि फेडरेशन ऑफ गुजरात इंडस्ट्रीज में गीताबेन से स्ट्रेट मैंने सवाल किया कि अगर इस तरह से यहाँ गुजरात के पूरे मध्य गुजरात के जितने भी लोग जो जो फील्ड में अगर करना चाहते हैं, सेंट्रल ऑफ फेडरेशन ऑफ गुजरात इंडस्ट्रीज क्या सपोर्ट करे, आप कर सकोगे? आप मेंटर सर्विस प्रोवाइड करोगे, आप उनको स्पेस बताओगे, आप उनकी इंडस्ट्रीज में ले जाओगे, आपके वहां से वो जाएंगे, एंड दे आर अग्रीड। तो मैं जो कहना चाहता हूं कि वो सब इंडस्ट्रीज, और ये अभी ये एक ऐसी पोजीशन और सिचुएशन आ गई है आफ्टर कोविड-19 और इन बिटवीन कि हर एक लोग का अपना सोच और हर एक चीज बदल गई है, अपना नेचर भी बदल गया है। तो इस तरह से अभी हमें वो देखना है, क्योंकि आज सबसे बड़ी चीज अगर आप देखने जाओ तो सबसे बड़े स्टूडेंट्स और पेरेंट्स में आज बहुत चिंतित है कि जॉब की क्राइसिस है, बिजनेस की क्राइसिस है। इसी टाइम में अगर उनकी कैरियर के लिए आगे जाने के लिए बंद है, फॉरेन जाने के लिए, तो ये सब चीज में उन्हें क्या रास्ता है। और यही सवाल हमने गुजरात के हर एक इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट को पूछा कि भाई हमारे पेरेंट्स और यंगस्टर्स चिंतित है, उनकी जॉब को क्या होगा। और मुझे आज ये अगेन मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ कि गुजरात के एक चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स के प्रेसिडेंट ने बताया कि जो हायर लेवल ऑफ द सर्विस वाले जो है, जो बड़े पगारदार, जो बड़े उसमें, वहां कॉस्ट रिडक्शन करने के लिए किया है, बाकी बेसिक लेवल पे, स्टार्टिंग लेवल पे जॉब में कोई तकलीफ या कोई मुश्किल आने वाली नहीं है। तो सबसे पहले तो हमारे यंगस्टर्स और उनको ये बताना चाहिए कि आप उससे चिंतित मत हो, आपको जॉब मिलने में इतनी दिक्कत नहीं आएगी, जो पहले थी इतनी होगी, इससे ज्यादा कुछ नहीं होने वाली। तो ये बात भी बहुत एक है। तो दूसरी बात यह है कि पैटर्न रजिस्टर वाले और ये जो पार्टनरशिप उसमें कर सकते हैं, कोलैबोरेशन कर सकती है इंडस्ट्रीज, तो ये भी एक मॉडल बना सकते हैं। और अभी जो मुझे सबसे बड़ी कहना है कि हमने जो बताया कि राइट प्रॉब्लम क्या है, मौलिक भाई ने बोला वो हमें फाइंड आउट करना चाहिए। मुझे तो लगता है कि आज की पोजीशन में ये चीज होगी कि राइट रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है। मैं आज बताऊं कि हमारे जितने स्टार्टअप सेंटर है और जहां जहां जिस तरह से गवर्नमेंट इस तरह से एकेडमिक इंस्टीट्यूट और स्टूडेंट्स और इंडस्ट्रीज को तालमेल करके जो काम कर रही है, जो मॉडल चला रही है, उसमें एक ऐड करने की जरूरत है। जो हमारे प्रधानमंत्री ने बार बार बोल रहे हैं कि वोकल फॉर लोकल, एक सेंटेंस दे दिया, एक विजन दे दिया, मगर विजन और सेंटेंस से बनने वाला नहीं है। उनके लिए हमें रियल सेंस में हार्ड वर्क करना है, लेग वर्क करना है, और हमें एक दूसरे से जुड़ के अगर सीरियसली उसका रूटिंग में काम करना है। अगर वो काम करना है तो मैं आज बताता हूं कि हर एक स्टार्टअप सेंटर में, निखिल भाई मैं आपसे खास रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि जो जो इंपोर्ट सब्स्टिट्यूट आइटम है, जो जो रिक्वायरमेंट है इंडस्ट्रीज की, क्योंकि इंडस्ट्रीज भी आप समझ लेना नए स्टार्टअप और नए चीज में एकदम फटाक करके नहीं आएगी, क्योंकि उनको भी डर है कि अपना वो धंधा चल रहा है, नया इन्वेस्टमेंट करो, नया वो करो, आगे वो वायबल है कि नहीं, इसमें क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा। पर जो रिक्वायरमेंट है उनकी, अगर वो रिक्वायरमेंट, उनकी नीड जो है वो अगर हम बना सकते हैं, जैसे कि इंपोर्ट सब्स्टिट्यूट आइटम 100% चाइना से आती है, बाहर से आती है, जो भी आती है, तो वन बाय वन हम कोई रॉकेट साइंस नहीं कर पाएंगे। हम कोई रातों रात कोई ऐसी बड़ी बड़ी बात करने से या किसी का बॉयकॉट करने से और ये सब कुछ नहीं होने वाला है। तो कहने का मतलब है कि वो सब चीज वन बाय वन, सेगमेंट वाइज, कि भाई इंजीनियरिंग में क्या बनाना, मैकेनिकल में क्या बनाना है, इलेक्ट्रिकल में क्या बनाना है, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में क्या चाहिए हमें पार्ट, इवन आईटी के अंदर भी हमें किस तरह से चाहिए, सॉफ्टवेयर में और आईटी में तो वैसे भी मौलिक भाई जानते हैं कि पूरा हिंदुस्तान में अपने बलबूते पे खड़ा हुआ है कि बाहर वाले भी हमारी आउटसोर्स सर्विसेज लेते हैं, बट ओवर एंड अबव अदर प्रोडक्ट। तो ये सब करने से जो स्टार्टअप के लिए मैंने एक चीज देखा है, मैं बहुत सारी इंस्टीट्यूट में बहुत जगह पे जहां जहां फाइनल ईयर के स्टूडेंट प्रोजेक्ट करते हैं तो उनको एनकरेज करने के लिए या तो वो देखने के लिए हम जाते हैं, तो 70 to 80% प्रोजेक्ट तो रूटिंग प्रोजेक्ट जो होते हैं वही होते हैं। सर्टन प्रोजेक्ट आर वो कि जो जिस तरह से बनते हैं, कोई कभी कभी तो कोई ऐसा लगता है कि उनको अपने कंपलसरी बनाना है अपने सिलेबस के मुताबिक या तो अपने जॉब के मुताबिक, तो उसके लिए वो लोग कर रहे हैं। तो इस तरह से स्टार्टअप में जो एकदम इनोवेटिव आइडियाज है, जैसे मैं आपको बताऊं कि 1999 से मेरा जो भी कुछ अभी स्ट्रेंथ है, मेरी जो भी पहचान है, वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ वडोदरा चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्रीज के मुताबिक है। 1988 से मैं वहां था प्रेसिडेंट और सेक्रेटरी और करके 30 साल में रहा, अभी भी मैं इमीडिएट पास्ट प्रेसिडेंट हूँ। हमने 10 इंटरनेशनल एग्जीबिशन किए, 99 से स्टार्ट किया। हर एक इंटरनेशनल और नेशनल एग्जीबिशन में हम लोग एक पूरा डोम इनोवेशन और स्टार्टअप के लिए नए नए प्रोजेक्ट जो स्कूल कॉलेज के करते थे, इवन हमारे स्मॉल स्केल या तो नए एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हमारे यंग करते थे, उनको भी रखने के लिए फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट पार्टिसिपेंट थे। और उसमें से धीरे 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 हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं, उसमें से कितने वायबल हो सकते हैं, वो भी देखते थे। दूसरा एक चीज मुझे बताना है कि स्टार्टअप के अंदर अगर कुछ भी चीज बनाया है कोई लड़के ने, या तो एकेडमिशियन हो या तो कोई, उनको बस एक ही डर रहता है कि मैं किसी को दिखाऊंगा वो मेरी आइडिया चोरी कर लेंगे, वो हम बताते हैं तो वो बना लेंगे। और बहुत सारे ऐसे हमने देखे कि उसको इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं कर पा रहे बिकॉज ऑफ दिस वरी। तो आजकल तो उनके बहुत सारे नॉर्म्स आ गए, बहुत सारी ऐसी लीगालिटी हो गई है, तो ये सब भी हमारी इकोसिस्टम में बताने की जरूरत है। सिर्फ हमें थियोरेटिकल पेपर पे इकोसिस्टम बनाने से नहीं चलने वाली है, हमें प्रैक्टिकल वन बाय वन, जैसे कि हम प्रोडक्शन में जाते हैं तो हम स्टार्ट करते हैं रॉ मटेरियल से लेके किस तरह से एंड प्रोडक्ट बने, ऐसा एक कन्वेयर बेल्ट की तरह एक पूरा एक सिस्टम इस तरह से ही बनाना चाहिए कि वन बाय वन। तो ये सब चीज करने से मुझे लगता है कि इंडस्ट्रीज भी आगे आएगी, इंडस्ट्रीज फंड भी कर सकती है, इंडस्ट्रीज अपना पार्टनरशिप भी कर सकती है, इंडस्ट्रीज वो प्रोडक्ट को मार्केट में लाके उनको मार्केटेबल प्रोडक्ट भी बना सकती है। तो ये सब चीज जो है ये बहुत जरूरी है। तो ये एक मेरा एक सुझाव था। और दूसरा जो आपने बताया ऐसा कि अपना जो एजुकेशन सिस्टम है, उस सिस्टम में भी मैंने देखा के सिस्टम में भी जो जो चेंजेस जो होना चाहिए, पहले इंडस्ट्रीज इंस्टीट्यूट इंटरेक्टिव सेल में नॉर्मली हम बात करते थे तो थियोरेटिकल ऐसा था कि भाई हम क्या क्या कर सकते हैं, तो उसमें पहले सबसे पहले हर एक चीज आती थी कि इंडस्ट्री की तरफ से हम लोग ऐसे ही बोलते रहते थे कि भाई हमारे को बच्चे, हमारे जो स्टूडेंट्स है वो हमारे टाइप के नहीं मिलते हैं, वो हमारे नीड के मुताबिक नहीं होता है, उनके जो सिलेबस में पढ़ाया जाता है वो हमारे वहाँ यूजफुल नहीं होता है, और उनको पहले दिन से हमें एज ए फ्रेशर्स उनको स्टार्ट करना पड़ता है, ये सब चीज बातें करते रहते हैं। आज उसमें बहुत सारा डिफरेंस आ गया है, बहुत सारे चेंजेस आ गए, बहुत सारे नए नए सिलेबस और वो चेंज हो रहा है। फिर भी मेरा ये कहना है कि जो नीड बेस्ड एजुकेशन है, आज समझ लो कि हम कब से चिल्ला रहे थे, हमारे छोटे छोटे इंडस्ट्रीज वाले, छोटे छोटे ट्रेडर, कि भाई ई कॉमर्स आया, हमारी हालत खराब कर दी, हमारा बिजनेस खराब कर दिया। चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स में भी हमारे साथ बात होती थी, हम बोलते थे कि दुनिया जिस तरह से आगे जा रही है, या तो हमें सीखना पड़ेगा या तो हमें अडॉप्ट करना पड़ेगा, बिजनेस या सिचुएशन जो पैटर्न से जाती है वो हमें चेंज होना पड़ेगा। सिमिलर पैटर्न मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है कि एजुकेशन सिस्टम में भी ये करना पड़ेगा, और इसमें जहां जहां नीड बेस्ड जो है उसको एडिशनल करना चाहिए। जैसे कि ई कॉमर्स है तो क्रॉस बॉर्डर बिजनेस, एमबीए के स्टूडेंट्स को या तो बीबीए के स्टूडेंट्स को अगर आप क्रॉस बॉर्डर बिजनेस रिलेटेड अगर पता नहीं है, आज पूरा वो काम वही तरह से होता है। अभी इंजीनियरिंग के कोई भी सेक्शन में जाओ, स्पेशली आईटी और उसमें, और अगर साइबर सिक्योरिटी का अगर उसको डीपली पता नहीं है तो उनको चलाना, उसको करना बहुत मिल। और दूसरी तरफ आप देखने जाओ तो साइबर सिक्योरिटी रिलेटेड अगर कुछ भी चाहिए तो आपके पास पूरा रिकॉर्ड है, हमारे पास एट अ टाइम 20 लाख से ज्यादा जॉब पेंडिंग है पूरे वर्ल्ड वाइड में साइबर सिक्योरिटी रिलेटेड, मैंने तो पढ़ा है। तो इस तरह से बात है कि जो हम कितना भी सारा वो करें तो नीड बेस्ड एजुकेशन वाली जो बात है वो भी हमें करना चाहिए। और जो आपने बताया कि वर्कशॉप और ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग और वो करते 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 थोड़ा इंटरेक्शन, जो आज सुबह में हम लोग ने महंता जी थे और सबके साथ यही बात किया था कि अभी वन वे ट्रैफिक कोई तरफ से नहीं होना चाहिए। एकेडमिक इंस्टीट्यूट को भी अपने लिए सामने से इंडस्ट्रीज वाले को या तो इंडस्ट्रीज के एसोसिएशनों को मिलना चाहिए, या तो उनके साथ जो काम करते हैं उनके साथ जुड़ना चाहिए। जरूरी नहीं है कि हर एक एसोसिएशन हर एक जगह पे हर एक वही मिलेगा। सिमिलरली इन एकेडमिक फील्ड ऑल्सो, कि आप देखने जाओ तो गुजरात के अगर 65 सेंटर चल रहे हैं और उससे ज्यादा हमारे ये है, फिर भी आज पूरे गुजरात के हर एक इंडस्ट्रीज जुड़ रही थी, फिर भी ऑल 65 सेंटर से लोग नहीं जुड़े थे एकेडमिक फील्ड में। तो ये भी एक बात है कि जिनको जितना भी इंटरेस्ट है तो वो लोग के साथ उनका एक दो लाइन से हो। और थर्ड थिंग कि गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से भी, तो आज जो अपना एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूट पे या तो स्टूडेंट्स पे जो दूसरा मैं बताता हूँ कि स्टार्टअप और उनके लिए प्रोजेक्ट के उसके लिए जो एक्सपेंसेस जो आता है पूरा, गवर्नमेंट जो भी हेल्प कर रही है, बट ऐसा होना चाहिए कि जो प्रोडक्ट मार्केटेबल है और वो है उसमें भी स्कीम बनाई है, तो उसको और ज्यादा बढ़ावा देने की भी जरूरत है। इन शॉर्ट के हमारे प्रधानमंत्री ने आत्मनिर्भरता की बात की, सेगमेंट हमने देखे कि आत्मनिर्भर स्टार्टअप में क्या क्या सेगमेंट है। तो मैंने देखा हेल्थ केयर, एग्री, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, फार्मा, स्मार्ट सिटी सॉल्यूशन, ईडी टेक, कोई बाकी नहीं, एनर्जी, 20 से ज्यादा ई कॉमर्स से लेके है। अभी ये सब चीज में हमें देखने जाए तो अगर यही इतना जरूरत है तो स्टार्टअप के अंदर बच्चों को और उनको जो अभी नई जो पैटर्न है, जैसे हमने अलग चेंज की, तो मैं तो मानता हूं कि हर एक एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूट को और ये स्टार्टअप के लिए आई हब और या इवन एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट को और गवर्नमेंट की पॉलिसी को आत्मनिर्भरता का जो रिक्वायरमेंट है उनको डेवलप करने के लिए भी अपने सेंटर में इंडस्ट्रीज के साथ जुड़ लेना चाहिए। वो होने से इंडस्ट्रीज अपने आप जुड़ जाएगी। तो दीज आर द माय सजेशंस। और एक चीज है कि जैसे भी बताया कि हमने तो आज सब लोग ने, मैं बोलूं तो एकदम सिंपल लैंग्वेज में, कि हर एक ने शपथ ले लिए है, हर एक प्रेसिडेंट ने, कि हम हमारे अपने अपने एरिया में स्टार्टअप और उनके रिलेटेड जो इंस्टीट्यूट हमें कांटेक्ट करेगी और जहां जहां जिस तरह से आई हब और स्टार्टअप इंडिया वाले जो भी हमारे कांटेक्ट करके जो जो बताएंगे, उसमें हम 6 महीने के अंदर विद इन 6 मंथ एटलीस्ट 50 प्रोजेक्ट तो हम इस तरह से कर दे कि जो हम एक सक्सेस स्टोरी की तरह बाहर आ जाए। और हर एक चैम्बर ने एक एक सेगमेंट में अपने 5-5 मेंटर्स की लिस्ट भी बनाने के लिए बोला है कि हम वो भी प्रोवाइड कर पाएंगे। और इस तरह से हम हमारी नई आने वाली यूथ को ये हेल्प कैसे करें, वो हम सबसे बड़ी वो उसमें सब लोग ने एक कमिटमेंट दिया हुआ है। तो ये एक बात है कि मेरा इतना ही कहना है कि हमें जो भी करना है मगर उसको रेगुलर बेस पे करना है। आज जो सिस्टम बनाने को बोला है तो वो सिस्टम को भी मैंने बोला ऐसा कि 1 by 1 नोट डाउन करके हर एक का स्कोप ऑफ वर्क, हर एक की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी और हर एक की अकाउंटेबिलिटी एंड टाइम फैक्टर के साथ अगर देंगे और वही जो करने चाहते हैं उन लोग के साथ ही हम काम करेंगे, हम जरूर रिजल्ट ले पाएंगे। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
थैंक यू सो मच सर, इट वाज रियली इंस्पायरिंग। और आपने जो भी पॉइंट्स बताए वो बहुत ज़्यादा रेलेवेंट है, बहुत प्रैक्टिकल है, जो एक्चुअली वी फेस दीज इश्यूज, द स्टार्टअप्स डेफिनेटली फेस दीज इश्यूज। जो हमने आई लाइक टू टेक अप अ फ्यू क्वेश्चंस। निखिल सर से मैं पूछना चाहती हूँ, वन ऑफ आवर स्टार्टअप्स ये पूछ रहे हैं कि जो सर आप लोगों ने सबने ये बात बोली कि पेरेंट्स जनरली बहुत एप्रीहेंसिव होते हैं कि तुम स्टार्टअप करो, बट नॉट एज अ करियर, while you're studying you can give it a try. So is there a possibility of introducing this as a subject, innovation and startup, as a part of the curriculum, so that they develop and somewhere it helps them break this thing with the parents?
Yeah. I would like to take up this question in a very different way because initially, if you look at 20 years ago, when the emphasis on entrepreneurship was being given, at that point of time, entrepreneurship as a subject was introduced. And there was a belief that yes, now this will create entrepreneurs. But then what happens, particularly in academics, that a subject or a curriculum remains very theoretical. And that theoretical thing will never take off. So when we say the startup as a subject or innovation as a subject, then it has to be practical driven curriculum where the students have the opportunity to experiment something, some experimenting some ideas, developing ideas, experimenting ideas. And in that process, if they get support, then probably the chances of success are very high. At the same time, I would like to mention that the university should also keep on inviting parents frequently on the campus, particularly when there are workshops for the students on the startups. Parents may also be invited. Let them also attend and get exposed to what is actually being talked about as startup entrepreneurship. And if that can be done, then probably I would say that the result will be overwhelming. There are two things which I would like to mention, both Maulik Bhai and Nilesh Bhai. Very two pertinent things they have said. Maulik Bhai said about problem solvers. I think in the curriculum of the universities, if those are the problem solving areas, if they can be infused into the curriculum, then what are the, in 2-3 years time, what are going to be those areas? Then what will happen, that those curricula will be directed towards a particular focus. And that will also help the industry also. That will also help the students also. And in that way, they get connected, and it is easier to get the mentorship from industry on those areas. So in that situation, the curricula framing has to be very, very vigorous, at the same time very flexible, so that you can easily introduce. Another thing that Nilesh Bhai talked about, import substitution. This is something which is so relevant. And when we are talking about made in India, I don't say made in, not go for made in China, but if let us create focus made in India, so automatically, things will be in order. So if we talk about made in India and what are those areas, import substitution areas, they are universities. Then universities will also have an idea that these are the areas which students can be motivated, encouraged to work upon, and it becomes easier for the even the universities to identify the mentors, and it becomes easier for the associates also, chamber also, to identify the mentors. Students are many. Thank you.
So one
Yeah. Next question.
If you allow me to add one thing, is that okay?
No,
Can
sir.
I add one more thing?
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
Yeah. So, we are not talking about a lot of involvement that requires for students to be part of a lot of initiatives and problem solving and so on. There is one very important element that we have to keep in mind is also involving the teachers, professors, and faculties as part of it, right? Because that kind of makes it more sustainable. It has to go a long way, and that makes that you also start involving teachers and professors as part of it, because they are the primary people who kind of who kind of nurture these students or aspiring entrepreneurs on daily basis, right? It's very important that we involve them. There's one other thing which I wanted to also suggest an idea, and which I'm suggesting that because I have experienced that myself, and it has helped me immensely in my own initiatives in my own business, right? And there was a situation, there was a time when I was asked by one of my existing clients that they want to create something which is way different than what we have done before, and they approached us. They approached us because of course that trust and confidence that we had, and we did not have, and I'm sharing this very honestly, we did not have that know-how of technology understanding or capability at that point of time of that specific item, right? And I was trying to look for, can I get any student from startup entrepreneur or from the startup ecosystem who is possibly working in that area, or who is possibly having some idea on how to even develop a proof of concept. And that's okay, because that's exactly what we wanted to kind of jointly do, and we would fund that, by the way, and then demo that to our prospect or to our client. And I struggled for almost 3 months and I couldn't find any. But incidentally, and this is such a good example that I want to share, because that kind of lays my idea what I'm talking about, foundation for that. Incidentally, I just came across 2 professors doing research in that specific thing. I just stumbled upon that. I happened to find that out, that they were doing their PhDs in that specific subject which I was looking for my proof of concept to be developed for a client, right? And that actually latched on an idea that, how about having them help us develop our proof of concept, and in turn they can involve the students also to kind of nurture them, to kind of develop them and their capabilities, so that in future, once my proof of concept is ready, then I also have people who are ready to work on that, right? In a way. So that helped us, and we could actually develop a proof of concept which we could then jointly present to our clients overseas, and they were really impressed by that, right? What I'm trying to tell here, that several times we look for talent and we look for the capabilities within the students, but then how about also adding one more angle to it, that there are professors and there are research professors who can also help, right? So can we have a database across and between all these universities that we're talking, or between the and a suggestion to education department as well, can we have a database of all the research professors there out there today in technology, in management, in economics? You talk about any domain, can we have that database available? The moment we have that, we have great opportunity to do research together. We have great opportunity to interact and co-create together, because today I know that there may be a need which we do not have capability as industry, there may not be capabilities within the student, but there may be a capability which is within a research professor to be able to work on that, to even develop a proof of concept as part of their doctorate or as part of their thesis that they're doing possibly. And we can jointly, and we can even fund that at times, right? And in turn, we can also have students to kind of work along with them to be able to create that capability. And if there is an idea, a startup can born out of that as well, right? So, and it can help industry as well. So what I'm trying to tell, developing an ecosystem which is research oriented as well. And I think that will go a long way to be able to create that culture of innovation, culture of research, and therefore based on real needs of the industry, as Nilesh Bhai was suggesting earlier, will also come into play. So that's a suggestion I have, and it's very close to my heart, and therefore I thought of mentioning this. How about creating such a database to be able to really do that? And if there is a willingness to do that, I'll be very happy to kind of partner, do that along, and work on that too. Thank you.
The Maulik Bhai, the way you say the same thing, morning session, Natu Bhai Patel, our president of Gujarat Chamber, senior vice president, but now next month he is the president. He said the same thing. कि जो रिसर्च लोग हैं, जो रिसर्च में है, अगर इन लोगों हमारे इंडस्ट्रीज वाले को, बिकॉज एज ए गुड एकेडमिशियन और गुड रिसर्चर वो अच्छा बिजनेसमैन नहीं हो सकता है, हम मार्केटिंग अच्छा नहीं कर सकते, हम लोग मिलके वी कैन डू द मिरेकल. और इसीलिए इसे कि सेम आप हमें हर एक फील्ड के एक्सपर्ट हमें दे दीजिए, बता दीजिए, जो ढूंढना है वो हम अपने आप ढूंढ के बच्चों को भी हम पास ऑन कर सकते हैं.
You're so right, Nilesh bhai, and I think that's the real I believe that's one of the great initiative that we can take it up. Yeah.
Wonderful, sir. जैसे आपने कहा कि इतना सारा रिसर्च होता है, इनोवेशन होता है, and if industries and academia join hands together, then probably it becomes very easier for the innovations to go to the market actually. एक क्वेश्चन आ रहा है, स्टूडेंट स्टार्टअप है निलेश सर के लिए, दैट हाउ डू वी अप्रोच द चेंबर्स इफ यू हैव अ प्रोटोटाइप रेडी, और एट व्हाट स्टेज डू वी कम एंड अप्रोच, एंड व्हाट इज द राइट वे टू अप्रोच, एज यू सेड ओके मेंटरशिप.
वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. मैंने 10 साल में यही देखा है, मेरा यही सबसे बड़ी बात है. कोई भी स्टूडेंट अप्रोच करता है, वो बताते हैं कि हमारे इंस्टीट्यूट ने और उसने हम लोग ये प्रोजेक्ट कर रहे हैं, मगर हमें इतना पैसा चाहिए, हमारे पास पैसा नहीं है, हमारे पास ये नहीं है. मेरा यही कहना है कि अगर एवरीवन फ्रॉम ऑल द इंस्टीट्यूट अगर इस तरह से स्टार्टअप के लिए अगर सिर्फ फंड के लिए आएंगे तो एक बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है. तो वो कोई नहीं कर पाएगा, बिकॉज हर एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में अगर एक को सपोर्ट करो दूसरे को नहीं करो तो दे हैव द सिस्टम, दे हैव देयर ओन बॉडी. तो इसीलिए मैं बताता हूं कि वहां की इंस्टीट्यूट को चैम्बर को कांटेक्ट करना चाहिए इंस्टेड ऑफ डायरेक्ट स्टूडेंट. एंड इंस्टीट्यूट को इस तरह से करना चाहिए कि हमारे इतने इतने प्रोजेक्ट जो हो रहे हैं, इतने इतने बच्चे इस तरह से अच्छा कर रहे हैं, उसमें हम लोग ने इतना कंट्रीब्यूट किया हुआ है, वो लोग अभी अपना इतना कंट्रीब्यूशन कर रहे हैं, और उसके सिवा अभी आइदर एडिशनल कोई आपकी फैक्ट्री में अगर उसको बनाने के लिए कोई हेल्प हो सकता है, आपके पास से कोई रॉ मटेरियल है या कोई चीज है कि जो उसके स्पेयर पार्ट में उसमें लग सकती है, आपके पास ऐसी कोई मेंटर सर्विस है, या तो कोई वही फील्ड के इंडस्ट्रीज है कि जो उसको आगे बढ़ा सकते हैं. अगर इस तरह से अप्रोच करेंगे तो हर एक चेंबर, हर एक लोग एक दूसरे को कनेक्ट कर पाएंगे. बट द मेजोरिटी आज तक जितने भी कॉन्टेक्ट हुए हैं, द सिंपली स्टूडेंट से वी आर, ये हमारा बजट है, ये है और हमें इतना फंड चाहिए. तो इसकी जगह एजुकेशन जो इंस्टीट्यूट से आते हैं, और इंस्टीट्यूट को ये जिम्मेदारी लेनी चाहिए कि आइदर दे हैव टू जॉइन विद स्टूडेंट्स और नॉट, अरे एसोसिएशन और इवन इंडस्ट्रीज और नॉट. इस तरह से कोई सिस्टम बनानी, जैसे इकोसिस्टम आप बनाने की बात करते हो, ये भी एक सिस्टम का ही पार्ट है. हेलो,
थैंक यू सो मच सर. सर एक क्वेश्चन आ रहा है कि व्हाट डू यू सी वडोदरा एज, लाइक अगर हम कहते हैं कि बैंगलोर है तो वी हैव सेवरल आईटी बेस्ड कंपनी, हाउ डू यू सी बड़ौदा, लाइक व्हाट काइंड ऑफ स्टार्टअप्स डू यू सी आर डेवलपिंग इन वडोदरा पर से?
जैसे बड़ौदा अगर आप मुझे पूछो तो मैं आपको बताऊं कि देयर आर 3 थिंग्स. एक तो बड़ौदा इनोवेशन हब जैसा बोला जा रहा है, दूसरा बड़ौदा में आईटी इंडस्ट्रीज है, बट कंपेयर टू अदर इंडस्ट्रीज बड़ौदा इन एशिया इलेक्ट्रिकल का हब बन गया है. आप इतने समझो, इलेक्ट्रिकल इंडस्ट्रीज आप देखो इन एंड अराउंड बड़ौदा, ABB, Alstom, Bombardier, Crompton, Philips, you say any name of any electrical, तो ये एक बन गया है, इवन L&T और ये सब है। सिमिलरली बड़ौदा में अगर आप देखो तो पूरे गुजरात में कहाँ भी नहीं है, और या तो मैं बोलूं पूरे हिंदुस्तान में नहीं है। इससे सबसे ज्यादा हमारे जो अपने गवर्नमेंट के जो जितने भी यूनिट है, पब्लिक सेक्टर, आइदर ONGC, रिफाइनरी, हैवी वाटर प्रोजेक्ट, इवन स्टेट लेवल के GSFC, और ये सब भी बड़ौदा में सबसे ज्यादा है। तो बड़ौदा के अंदर सबसे ज्यादा अपॉर्चुनिटी मैं मानता हूं कि एंसिलरी पार्ट, स्मॉल स्केल, नए नए इनके इस तरह से पार्ट के उसकी या तो कोई भी प्रोडक्ट है उसमें अच्छी तरह से वो हेल्प कर सके, या तो उनका कोई प्रोडक्शन में स्पीड बढ़ा सके, ऐसा कोई मशीनरी या तो प्रोडक्शन प्रोसीजर वो ढूंढ सके। बिकॉज सबसे ज्यादा स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज इन एंड अराउंड बड़ौदा में है। बड़ौदा के अंदर आप देखने जाओ तो पूरे गुजरात में यूनिक है। हमारे यहाँ नंदेश्वरी से लेके केमिकल ढांचा भी है। हमारे वहां आप देखो चारों ओर सराउंडिंग एरिया 100 किलोमीटर में देखो तो बड़ौदा के रियल सेंस में मैं देखने जाऊं तो पूरे गुजरात में अगर देखो तो सबसे ज्यादा अपॉर्चुनिटी बड़ौदा के अंदर क्रिएट हो सकती है, बाय रेड, रोल, एयर, सेंट्रली लोकेटेड। इवन आप देखने जाओ एजुकेशन वाइज, अपनी यूनिवर्सिटी, इतनी सारी यूनिवर्सिटियां जो है, तो एजुकेशन हब भी है बड़ौदा। बड़ौदा के नियर बाय अगर विद्यानगर और बड़ौदा आप कैलकुलेट कर लो तो पूरे गुजरात के सामने इतने स्टूडेंट गिन लो। तो इस तरह से बड़ौदा के अंदर, पर जो आपने पूछा उनका स्पेसिफिक आंसर मेरा ये है कि ज्यादा करके इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग और इस सब आइटम्स और स्टार्टअप, या तो मैं उनको बोलता हूँ ऑटोमेशन के ऊपर अगर ज्यादा भार दे सकते हैं प्रोडक्शन प्रोसीजर में, बड़ौदा के अंदर अगर उसको यूज करना है तो ये सबसे ज्यादा अपॉर्चुनिटी है।
Can I add to what Nilesh just mentioned?
Yes, I was going to come to you. If you would like to add something.
Yeah. So what Nilesh bhai mentioned is absolutely true. It's an hub of core industries, right? We talk about electrical, we talk about engineering services, खास करके जो हैं. And what is happening as a result of that, it is actually taking to a different level where all these industries are requiring digital transformation, right? So, and therefore, in Gujarat, what we have identified, and someone asked this very pertinent question that how it is in Bangalore and how it is over here. So I will like to answer that very clearly. In the southern India, and I'm proud of my country and therefore what is happening out there, because I am also looking at national agenda and part of that too. There is a difference, however. The difference is that they are mostly services-driven industries out there, right? I mean, even talking about the IT, for example, right? In Gujarat, we are talking about, there are core manufacturing industries, core sectors. We talk about pharma, we talk about life sciences, we talk about automobiles now. We can talk about petrochemicals, a lot of process industries, chemical industries, electrical industries. So we have a great opportunity to build on that. Strengthening these core industries of Gujarat, which is our economic engine, right? I think in the right sense is very important, and to stay competitive at a global level, right? And all these industries in turn therefore require a lot of automation, a lot of digital transformation, a lot of intervention through technology and information technology to stay relevant and to stay competitive. With this as an opportunity, Gujarat actually is becoming very, very attractive destination for product companies, IT product companies, okay? And especially small and medium enterprises. So we are having a lot of small and medium IT companies which are coming up as a result of that in 4 different clusters: Ahmedabad and Gandhinagar, Baroda, Surat, and even Rajkot, right? And all these industries really cater to and serve to all these other core industries at a great level. And these are very niche industries and generating a lot of value by creating a lot of intellectual property, right? And that's a stark difference between what we are seeing in southern India versus here. In addition to that, Gujarat is attracting industries now from outside to come and set up over here, even the services. right? We talk about a lot of contact centers or call centers or knowledge processing industries have come here in Baroda as well. We know the names. I would not like to name here, but we know it is coming up, and they are developing their captive delivery centers from over here. And captive delivery centers mean that they support their global businesses from being over here. Baroda is in a great advantage, geographically located very well. Second, language advantage. So being in Baroda, one can actually create a support center which can serve entire Western India from over here. So you talk about Gujarati, you talk about Hindi, you talk about English, and you talk about Marathi as well. So you have major spoken languages of entire Western India covered from over here. And therefore it becomes a very attractive destination to also kind of do your customer support centers from over here. So we are seeing a lot of customer support centers are also being moved over here. As on today, my numbers show that there are about 60,000 IT and IT enabled services jobs which are there in Baroda. People are already working that many numbers, 60,000. Our projection and our reading says that in next 3 years, it is likely to reach to 2 lakh. Okay, which is a huge number. And why it is this? Because we see that these businesses are coming and setting up because they have language, geographic, and cost advantage as well. Baroda is a great city. I mean, you talk about Bangalore, you talk about Pune and Mumbai. One can take 2 hours to reach from office to home, and so on, and vice versa, right? We have a language advantage, we have location advantage, we have cost advantage, we have quality of life, and this is coming in limelight. Okay, so I see there is, in addition to, on top of our core industries, therefore these industries are likely to grow around these industries, creating a lot of opportunities for innovative products and niche areas. So we talk about things like you create Internet of Things, you create automation solutions from over here, which are also applicable in these core industries. You also create data analytics solutions which are applicable on top of these solutions which are working on the shop floor, and amazing amount of opportunities in automation, right? Because the core industry also needs that. And therefore, inclusion of chief information officers, of chief digital officers of these large industries, big industries, and the small ones as well, to co-create is a great opportunity. So if you're looking for an innovative solution, market is here, ecosystem is here, the environment is here, academia is here to make it happen. So we have all the ingredients to make it happen. What we need to do is just come together and make it a point that we really do that. Thank you.
May I say something?
Sure, sir.
So, Maulik bhai, you very nicely explained about Baroda, the strength. Even Baroda is also I would say, education hub too. So, those who are the potential, I would say, when you talk about 60,000 jobs, so there is a great potentiality of the supply also. When there is a demand, the potentiality of supply also. But however, looking to the startup initiatives, I would put forward some new idea about it, that Baroda as an industry hub, I think should not look forward to giving placement to the students, but I would say giving small partnership to students. And in that way, it will boost up the startup mindset first among the universities and institutions, and then among the faculty members, among the students as a whole community. And if instead of giving the placement, if you can give the startup partnership, small partnership, I would say, where a particular company is in need of a new product or something like, in need of a new business process, that idea may be put forward to the universities and institutions, where such students who have that potential will be made a small partner rather than an employee. And if that can be changed, I think the entire scenario would change. So that is what I would like to put up as an idea.
That's a great suggestion. Absolutely.
Thank you so much, sir. If students को opportunity मिलता है to intern with startups, or probably startups who are a little established could come for campus interviews, I think वो एक बहुत learning experience हो जाएगा students के लिए भी if they're working with startups. Sir, एक question जो आपने intellectual property की बात की मौलिक sir ने, and Nikhil sir, I would like to ask you that how open innovation can bring about a change in the scenario in Baroda. If like you said, the researchers who are working, and there could be this the patents and जो file होते हैं, and how they could go for a technology transfer, and probably that could contribute to the development of the ecosystem in Baroda.
Yeah, in fact, what Maulik Bhai said earlier about a database and those potential researchers and professors, even there are good student research projects too, I would say. So that database, can be made, and I think it is linked with the industry need. Then I would say there are, plethora of opportunities for open innovation. And if such innovations can be, I think, interlinked with what we need, like what Nilesh Bhai earlier said about the import substitution, and what Maulik Bhai said earlier about problem solving, all this, if they can be linked, then I would say it will remain a very focused and directed open innovation. So I agree with that.
True, sir. Nilesh sir, if you would like to add something to this.
नहीं बस बराबर है अभी तो if we add तो there is endless talk. Now I only suggest कि अभी हमें किस तरह से स्टार्ट करना है. तो one by one जैसे कि मॉर्निंग में हमने किया कि अभी सजेशन दो, सॉल्यूशन दो और स्ट्रेटेजी बनाओ. तो नाउ वी हैव टू गो फॉर स्ट्रेटेजी कि भाई स्ट्रेटेजी क्या है. इस तरह से हम स्ट्रेटेजी बना के आगे बढ़ते हैं. That's it.
True, sir. So at this outset, I would like to thank all our panelists, Nikhil sir, Maulik sir, Nilesh sir. आपने अपना time निकाला to join the session, and it was really inspiring for all the startups and all the information that you gave. And I think उनके लिए बड़ौदा के नहीं, even the startups all over in Gujarat will benefit a lot from this talk, and even the faculties जो कि research कर रहे हैं या researchers के साथ काम कर रहे हैं, probably they'll also look at this in a different manner, that even they can go ahead and take their innovation to the market. I would like to thank Harshit sir, who found time to inspire our budding startups and innovators. Dhruv sir, who has joined, but we have some issues, so he could not come live. Nagarajan sir, who made Commissioner Higher Education, who made this session possible. Hiranmay sir, who's always been inspiring the startups. Thank you everyone for joining and finding time today.
Sure.
I would like to thank all the participants who have joined Zoom and who are watching us live on Facebook. Thank you everyone.